All right, yesterday I told you I was kind of done with this infighting between Candace and Dave Rubin and Tim Pool and Erica and all that, because it just kind of became a redundant cycle of infighting and got a little bit boring. But I want to talk about it again. Sorry. And this isn't about like a new theory or anything like that. This is just Dave Rubin calling out Candace Owens and then Candace Owens calling out Dave Rubin. And what I've said before is I just don't like any of these folks in these stories we talk about. And so whenever they're doing a food fight, it kind of is not bad. Not bad. I mean, it depends on who it... In some cases, it is bad, and people are lying about things and are making people delusional and all that. That's true. But I just mean like this particular exchange was kind of funny. As much, always the caveat if you haven't watched the show before, as much as it's attached to a very serious issue, of course. But now it's becoming just like schoolyard gossip as opposed to a serious discussion about an assassination, right? And so here it becomes very much gossipy. Dave Rubin says to Candace Owens, then we'll look at her response, I haven't said it publicly before, but it's finally worth mentioning. And he's a MAGA influencer. The last time I saw Candace at my house in 2022, all she talked about for an hour was how much she hated Charlie. I remember it vividly because the other two people she was ranting against that night were Ivanka and Jared, whom we had just met and had dinner with a few days before, and who couldn't have been kinder, more decent people. Yes, that is 100% true. And when she claims this didn't happen or it's a Zionist lie, ask her if she enjoyed the chicken parm. So I don't know the validity of that, and I don't know the validity of what Candace is going to say, but kind of a rhetorically banger way to word that. Ask her how she it's like whenever you get in a movie, someone gets a phone call and they're like, you need to give me $100,000 before midnight. And you're like, who the hell is this? And they're like, nice flower shirt you have on. And you're like, oh. It's kind of the vibe he was going for. Before we look at her response, please do, if you appreciate the show, click the subscribe button. Makes a big difference. We want to grow media that promotes facts and a little fun over destructive, dishonest media. So then Candace Owens responded, this is completely and utterly made up, lol, sheer fiction. You guys are so positively desperate to rewrite Charlie's history that we are moving to fantasy. But since the internet is now interested, if it's cool, I'd like to now share the story about... This is so wild, this exchange. If it's cool, I'd like to expose you. I'd like to now share the story about why I decided to stop being friends with you after you bizarrely opened up to me about how you hired a young Christian male who used to work on my show at PragerU. And Dave Rubin is gay. You told me his parents were overbearing Christians who were concerned about him moving to Miami to work for a gay couple. Sure enough, the next time we saw you, you told us a story about how you and your husband just knew that he wasn't shy, but that he was more likely secretly gay, and how you were encouraging him to experiment with guys and explore his sex life. You told me and George that you then encouraged him to go on a date and then have his first kiss with a man. Shortly thereafter, he quit your show and moved from Miami. I was positively sickened by this story because I knew this kid, and yes, he was shy. And the fact that you questioned him about his virginity and dating life and encouraged him to kiss a boy. Was it a boy? Or are you using that like figuratively for a man? And was this worker a boy? There's a lot of details I'd like to know how bad the story is or how not bad it is. Is it two adults were like, hey bro, if you got questions, go to the club, mac it up on somebody. You know what I mean? Like everyone's... And then what happened with that person? Is he gay now? Or he would have always been gay, but did he come out or did he not? Now, a boss talking to an employee about that is kind of weird. But obviously, Candace might be getting at more just like, you gay, I don't know. But it would be weird if you're talking with an employee about that. No comment on what our staff talks about. About his virginity and dating life, and encourage him to kiss a boy. Makes you a groomer in my book. Should we get into what you told me about your night in Hawaii with Peter Thiel? Or is the above enough perversion for one morning? Tell us! I'll answer the question. Tell us about Peter Thiel. And you just know, and I say this with love, Peter Thiel... You just know that Peter Thiel is freaky. He is into some raunchy shit. Okay? You just know. With love, really, in all honesty. And did Dave Rubin have a night with him? So, big caveat. Food fight, I have no more than you do awareness of how true either of those allegations are. And Tim Pool was also saying this about Candace hating Charlie. Let's see.
Candace Owens hated Charlie Kirk. And I was surprised to hear this, but I received a tip.
Oh, they're all so annoying. I've received a tip. But maybe. I just mean the delivery. Maybe she hated him.
Surprised to hear this, but I received a tip. Several prominent conservatives have confirmed to me and my crew that Candace Owens had been going around shortly before he died, within the months before his death, saying that she hated him. Now, I wonder if she really hated him. Maybe she was just scornful, second wife syndrome. Maybe she actually really loved him, but when he chose Erica over her, she became resentful and angry. Sour.
Wait. Okay. Just to fill you in. It went from they were all buddies, kind of, to now Candace is sort of alluding to, last I checked, Erica being involved in the killing of her husband. Tim Pool saying Candace might be an operative of the Democratic Party to split apart the right. He's saying that Candace was secretly in love with Erica. I mean with Charlie. Oh my gosh. That's what's going to come out next. Dave Rubin will be like, oh yeah? Well, I'm going to tell them about your night with Erica. So sleeping in love with Charlie and then became bitter whenever Charlie chose Erica. But then Candace is posting texts from Charlie where he's clearly flirting with her, but she interprets it as him actually saying he's a time traveler as opposed to just being full. And then Dave is accusing Candace of actually hating Charlie. Candace is accusing Dave of being a groomer. And I am just out here living. When you surround yourself with good people. I just caught Jaden looking concerned at Cole. Jaden just looked at Cole like, are we going to get out of this segment? When you try to go out with good people, you don't end up being in whatever you call this weird situation.
These motherfuckers are crazy.
A little bit. Who was that? Okay, moving forward.